the beat here, and we're going to talk about our second same game parlay of the day. New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, as always doing it on FanDuel. FanDuel eventually, hopefully you partner with me. They give you this suggested one. I never use those. I feel like those never hit. So what we are going to do in this game, the first thing that I'm interested, I talked about this last week with the Giants, is Giants play really well against teams that they've played before. They're just a really well-coached team. And when I looked up the stats, I thought it was really interesting. They're 11-2 against the spread as underdogs, which I thought was incredible on the year, but they're also 4-0 against the spread as underdogs when they're playing a team for the second time in the year. So we could easily hit the plus 7.5, which I actually think is a pretty good line. But again, I love to find ways to mitigate some risk. So I'm going to go to this alt spread. We're going to the New York Giants. Scroll down. I'm going to add 10 points to them. So I'm going to put them at 17.5. Minus 350, not a tasty line, but we can make that up elsewhere. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to TD prop. The guy that's kind of gone cold on the TD side is Jalen Hurts. It was because he was hurt. New York Giants are not that great against the run. I do expect Hurts, who wants to be the MVP, to really try to showcase why he's the reason Philly was good this year. So I'm going to take Hurts at minus 120. Drop him in there. That gets us to plus 163. The next thing I'm going to go to is rushing props. And I think most people think because I said Jalen Hurts that I would go after his 51 yards. I mean, Hurts can easily get 51 yards, but he's also had a ton of games where he just doesn't put his body on the line. He gets like 20 yards. The guy that's been running a ton right now is Daniel Jones. So Daniel Jones is like, I think he had 17 carries last week. He had 11 the week before. Even if he averages 4 yards a carry on 15 carries, he's going to get well over this. So I actually think this is where we can get our plus money. So I'm going to go to his alt rush yards. If we do 50 plus 152, that's pretty nice. But I'm going to actually say I think he had 98 and 70. I'm going to say he gets 60 in this game. That's going to bring us up to 747. So we're actually going to make a smaller parlay with a higher risk play in Daniel Jones at 60 yards. And then the last person I'm interested in is Miles Sanders. So Miles Sanders, the Giants have not been a great rush defense this year. Miles Sanders also super inconsistent because of Jalen Hurts. So what I'm going to do here is instead of taking his actual prop, which is somewhere in the mid-70s when we look at this, I'm going to go and I'm going to take this 50-yard prop because he's fairly consistently been able to get to 50. I think he at least gets 10, if not 12 touches. And if the Giants have averaged over almost about 5 yards a carry this year. So at 10 touches, it gets it. If 12, he should be well over it. So I'm going to go that minus 320. That gets us to the magic number, 1,100. Remember, I always go for 10 to 1 on these. That means I want to hit 2 out of 10 times, and we're going to look tasty. So here, I'm going to drop my 50 in. That's going to pay out 571. I haven't been doing this old videos, but I'll show and place that bet. Payout 622. There we go. Remember, everybody, thou shalt